Well, what is going on, guys, and welcome into the video. Well, the market is just wild at this stage. I mean, we had what seemed like never-ending drops followed by huge rallies and more conflicting information than we've ever seen. Even here on YouTube, it's conflicting, and I'm not even talking about the market timers. I mean, it's everywhere, it seems. Can you afford to continue to bleed red every day, and will it ever stop? I mean, is it time to sell and run because we are up just a little bit before the next fall comes, so you know you got to get out now? Are we going to have a recession this summer, or is it going to be a summer rally? Are we headed towards a mega super duper crash that will cause the world to collapse on itself, so you need to buy gold instead? Well, since I've been through every crash from the tech bubble forward, I can say this for sure. Nobody freaking knows at this stage, so I will give you the truth on where you can win massively, but also where you can lose massively if you make these dumb mistakes. But I also have an urgent warning for you as an investor that you must hear, or none of this will matter, but I will lay out the solution too so you can navigate this confidently. I just ask in exchange for you to gently tap that like button to help the channel out. I mean, we got some big things coming, so you want to make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. And I also heard a rumor that if you click the like button, it makes you a better investor or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it said. So the tech bubble was my first real crash that I experienced. Everything before then was 40% gains in my portfolio, followed by 70% gains, followed by 80% gains, and I was on my way to getting rich. I mean, stocks were easy. There's no need for valuations or due diligence or anything else. Just jump on the hot stock and let it ride. And comment down below if that sounds familiar to any of you out there who felt that way in 2020 and the beginning of 2021. Then you know what happened next. The tech bubble popped and valuations mattered again. Due diligence really mattered, planning mattered, and preparation mattered, and basically everything that nobody said mattered all of a sudden mattered. So during that crash, I lost more than 50% of my money, taking me to the same point we are at today, and that is when I made many, and I mean many, critical mistakes. I made the mistake of selling out completely because stocks only go down, and I'm going to take my loss and then I'm going to buy back in cheaper. Except that I had no idea when stocks were actually on a discount because I didn't do valuations at all, so I was too afraid to buy when stocks were at their all-time lows and just a steal deal. I made the mistake of not buying Amazon 90% off and a ton of other great stocks that I liked that were super cheap and wanted to own because I didn't put in the work. And then I let emotions dictate my decisions, and I listened to the media, which would be the same as listening to the fear narrative on YouTube today or on the media today or wherever the heck you get your news. Bottom line, I could not have handled this any worse. I literally made every mistake you could make. After that, I knew I'd messed it all up, and I knew I needed to get better and put in the work, and that is what I did. So when the next crash happened, and that would be the financial crisis where the entire financial system almost melted down, when that happened, I was ready. Now, don't get me wrong, I made mistakes, but at least I was ready and I didn't make nearly as many mistakes as I did the first time. When the market got overheated and valuations got out of whack before the crash, I honestly was not buying a whole lot. Now, I had no idea what was going on. Zero, none. I had no idea. I just knew prices were out of whack and would correct back down. I mean, the math is the math, and valuation always eventually matters in stocks. And then the financial crisis hit, and it was worse than anybody thought, and it lasted for years. Not months, and years. I was still down, but not as bad or as fast before because I bought based on valuation and avoided buying at the highs and instead pooled cash that I could now distribute into this falling market. A huge mistake many make, and I've made before too, is buying at the highs instead of being okay with just holding cash and waiting and being patient. And it's hard to be patient when everyone is 10xing their money every week. I completely understand. But those same people are now down 70 or 80% or more in some cases, so patience clearly pays off. And going back to that time, I had done valuations on everything, so I knew when stocks were on discount and then on super duper discount. Now, did I buy too early? Yep, I sure did. It always dips after I buy anyways, and it still does today, so of course I'm going to buy too early. I did not time the bottom on a single stock I bought. Not a single one, not even close. I bought before the bottom, after a new low was set, and after they bottomed again. Each time I had cash that wasn't going to real estate, it went into the stocks that I wanted to own that were great companies. Unfortunately, I was down for close to 2 years. I looked dumb, I was bleeding everywhere, I didn't time a single purchase anywhere near close to the bottom. As a matter of fact, some of them looked really, really dumb at the time. I mean, it was just awful. I didn't time anything right at all. And yet I made more money in the first year or so coming out of that than I had in my entire life, including my paychecks, and that was years before most people even began dipping their toes back into the market. Now don't get it wrong, I missed on some picks and I made a video about my wonderful loser picks that I could literally have put anywhere else and done 10 times better. So it's not like I got them all right, I got a bunch wrong too. But the bottom line was, it didn't matter over the long run across my portfolio. It was an unbelievable, once-in-a-lifetime chance to buy stocks on an incredible discount. So now, I have been following the same playbook with some refinements for this cash and with one big change. Now, I'm not worried about timing the market. I know I can't do it, so I am just strategically buying great stocks and buying and buying and buying and buying. No hesitating like I did in 2008, 2009 during the financial crisis. None of that stuff. I'm just going to continue to buy and continue to buy. I have set up all my finances and businesses and my lifestyle over the past decade to take advantage of a time like we are in right now, and I'm taking full advantage with no fear at all. And I know the more beat down stocks get, the more money we will make coming out of it, so I'm almost wanting it to do that, as I know I'm being patient. I will be buying and I will continue to buy, and then we'll be riding the waves that come when it goes back up. The biggest fortunes are made right now, during the crashes, not the inevitable run-up afterwards. But slow down, whoa, there is also a warning I want to give you guys today, but don't worry, I'll tell you exactly how to handle that too. But the warning is this. The fear, the noise, and the intensity of those messages are going to get worse over the next few months as the midterm elections heat up here in the US and the traditional news cycle kind of slows during the summer months. They have to provide us with exaggerated stories all the time, so they will be digging deep this summer, and it will be far scarier out there than it should be, and you are going to hear it everywhere, especially as companies out there start to adjust their guidance down, and everyone kind of braces for the worst case scenario. If you decide to fall into the fear and listen to the noise, you're going to make mistakes. You will miss opportunities, and ultimately you will be left with regret. You are in for some real pain, my friend, and I'm speaking from experience. This isn't me judging or anything else. This is me telling you I have done those exact things, listened to those same things, and done those exact things, and I regret every bit of it. So how exactly do you overcome that challenge? Well, this is exactly what I'm doing. I already have a plan laid out that serves not only my stock goals, but my wealth goals, my retirement plan, and my overall life plan. Build one if you don't have that. We cover that in the group. But don't worry about that. You can find it on YouTube or Google it too. Find the information and start there. You will also need to have your cash position ready, and I have roughly 30% in cash, and I have other instruments in place if I need more cash along with my money loops that kind of constantly replenish my investing account. And if you don't have those things set up, start off with just figuring out a simple budget and doing a money audit on your money and figuring out where the holes are in your budget first. You also need to know exactly what stocks you want to buy and know the price target you want to buy at. In a crash scenario, you want to buy great stocks at undervalued prices, but you cannot do that unless you have done a real valuation on each stock, so you know exactly when a great stock is on a discount and then a super discount and all that good stuff. And finally, just execute your plan. Be willing to pull the trigger. Plan for if you buy and it keeps dipping, and understand it may not recover fast, so you want to be patient. It may not recover for months or maybe even years, so you gotta be patient. And the longer it stays down, the more you can add at great stocks at great prices. So when it runs back up, which it always does over the long run, there's never been a time when it's just gone down and just continued to go down and never came back, you will have plenty of shares and get to enjoy the run up instead of having FOMO like a lot of people will have. So hopefully this was helpful. And if you don't know how to get a price target or how to do a valuation and you want a step-by-step process for doing just that and building wealth, and you want direct access to me and much more, remember to check out the pinned comment to become a member and at least look at everything we got, before you say, nah, I don't want to be a member, never mind, Luke. And click this video here for 8 extreme value stocks, and click here for exactly what I'm doing to make huge money in this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.